Dare to walk this path with me? One misstep, and we fall to our ruin. So take your first step. It's now or never!
What is up, YouTube? It's RS Mario here, bringing you another Fire Emblem Three Houses Famitsu news update. That is going to be all in the title. It's going to be long as crap. This time we go into Battalions. But yeah, so basically this is part 2 of my Famitsu coverage because there's a crap ton of stuff in there. I don't want to make the videos too long because I think people are not liking the longer videos. And this is something that we've been theorizing about since we saw them in the very first trailer. And Battalions are basically those groups that will be around you when you are in battle. And the interesting thing here is they can be hired and equipped similar to a weapon. So whenever you see those triangles, those are actually the health of your battalion. And 3 triangles means you have more than 75% health. 2 means you have less than 75% health. 1 means you have less than 30% health. And none means either your battalion is dead or you don't have one. So that's the mystery of the triangle solved. The other thing is you can actually replenish them. So this is something I heard like recently, like in the last day or so, from reading over the information again. You can actually replenish them. Earlier, I thought that once the battalion died, you just had to go and get a new one. But I'm guessing replenishing just gives you, it's like fixing a broken weapon or something. You know, essentially replenishes that battalion that you had. So that's actually pretty cool. So battalions, oh snap, are associated with the authority skill level or professor skill, which gives you +2 might to your battalions. You can buy battalions from the Knights Guild. As the story progresses, of course, you can get more powerful battalions. So they have kind of a list of battalions here. They have a bunch of them, like Ciro's Church Soldiers, which is probably the most common one we see all the time. And the Gambit is called Disrupt. So I'm guessing it can do something to disrupt enemy battalions, which is interesting that enemies can use battalions too. Violent Assault, which seems the Ciro's Mercenary Brigade has the Gambit Violent Assault, which seems kind of self-explanatory. You just murk people. Ciro's Monk Squad has Godspeed Preparation, which they explain is like, think of it as like group speed boost. Like, if you know, better yet, no, think of it as Lucio when he does the amp it up and the music basically the speed boost with his music. That's essentially what Godspeed progression is, Godspeed preparation is. So basically it's like a rally that boosts the speed of everybody around you in like a 2-tile radius, which seems overpowered as hell. Ciro's Maiden Squadron. So basically they basically repeat white magic spells because it says echoed white magic. Ciro's Magic Brigade, they basically do, that's the group fire attack we saw in one of the trailers. Ciro's Pegasus Brigade, that sounds awesome. Just like a bunch of Pegasus ladies, like, yeah! They do something called Lure Scheme, which I've read about 5 times and I still don't quite understand. Ciro's cavalry brigade does fire scheme. They don't explain what that one is. Now, here's the interesting part. They actually have brigades for other factions. So there's a Kingdom Brigade. I believe there's an Imperial Soldier Brigade. And there's probably one for the Alliance as well. They have brigades that kind of mirror the other ones, except for slightly different. They have one Kingdom Magic Brigade that does group ice attacks. And one Kingdom Lance Soldiers, because they specialize in lances, that does a group like coordinated lance strike, which that sounds like what they did to my boy Reiner. Watch Attack on Titan. It's awesome. Alright, so I'm not gonna go into the in-depth of all the like the boosts and stuff, because that'll take me all day long, all night long, since it's nighttime now. Gambits are a whole nother thing altogether. Gambits can be used by characters with battalions deployed. They can deal damage to enemies, but also provide supportive effects, allowing for various strategies. So using Gambit, when using a Gambit, enemies cannot counterattack, and multiple enemies can be targeted at the same time. So that is freaking kind of broken. Specifically the Godspeed one, the one that's like the Lucio boost, for one turn increases the movement of allies by 5 movement. That's like what, one turn of like a horseback rider or a flyer, because their movement's about 5. So that's like hella movement. Imagine somebody like uber powerful who has like maybe 2 or 3 movement getting +5. Now they have +8. Now they have 8 movement. So your general can move like zoom. Like that's kind of crazy. Targets an adjacent ally and seems to apply the effect to all allies in the 2-tile radius. Now this is the one I don't quite understand, like lure scheme. Now put it in the comments, you can call me dumb or whatever, but targets an adjacent foe, moves them to the tile behind the user, also creates a special tile where the foe used to be, which triggers the same effect, seems to inflict distress on the foe, can be used twice. So if the foe is right here, then the lure scheme moves the foe behind me, and this tile becomes a tile where the foe can't go, because if he does, it'll trigger the effect again and they'll go back behind me. I don't know how that's useful unless there's somebody powerful in the other tile and they'll kind of sandwich them. I don't know. And they said it could cause distress amongst the foe, which is interesting because this pretty much confirms that enemies can use battalions as well, and that battalions can be distressed in a way. Maybe it's like some kind of status effect, kind of like paralyzed or sleep. And maybe distress makes it so you can't coordinate gambits or can't coordinate battalion attacks. That's pretty interesting. But here is the thing that gets me in this part. Gauntlets. Alright. Now, one thing I've wanted, one class I have wanted in Fire Emblem more than my Spellblade class that I had in my classes video, was a hand-to-hand fighting class, like a monk that just beats people. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't have no weapons. He just go in there and just sight him with niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've wanted a class like that forever. Like gauntlets. Let's see. This new type of weapon is based on fist fighting. The associated professor level is fighting, because of course it is. The initial professor skill is fighting level 1, which grants +5 hit, +7 avoid, and +5 critical avoid. So gauntlets allow the user to deal consecutive attacks similar to brave weapons. So if the character's attack is 4 or higher than the opponent, a follow-up attack will be performed, because this is something we've had in Fire Emblem forever. If a gauntlet is equipped, you can deal 4 hits in one battle. You know, of course you can't equip gauntlets to horse users because that would be dumb. But 4 hits in a battle? This dude's already packing a punch, and you trying to tell me he can give you the 2-piece, the biscuit, and a drink? Ah. Yo, I need like 4 of these. I need like 4 of these classes, bro. I need like 4 of them. Alright, my front line ain't done with this dudes, bro. They just like, what? Roll up. Oh man, it is too hot in here. It's too hot in here for all that. Okay, so that's about it for this portion of the coverage. Of course, the next video will be Saturday by the time you see that one. Alright, so like, comment, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep it real.